There we go. There we go. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Kimberly. I am so excited to be with you tonight and all of our friends. Look at that. There's Matt, there's Rebecca. Oh my gosh, so many of you. We got Marlene all the
Barb.
way from Canada. Marlene, you're so faithful. I just love you. You show up for everything. Anyway, we're so excited again that you took time out to join us on this road to senior officer. We're scooting down the road a little bit and we're hoping that you are getting something out of this. We want to make sure that it's worth your time. And so we're excited that you're here. I'm joined by my beautiful friend Kimberly, my power twin, power partner.
I
And so,
even made my hair like Brenda's today.
oh, stop. And so today we are going to share some really the tips, and actually we're going to talk about the activities that actually drive this business and hold us accountable to who? Ourselves.
That's right.
So sometimes we have to track things to, just like what Eva said, to know what we're doing. Are we doing the right thing? So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to turn this over to Kimberly. She is going to share her screen. And I just want to say again, Kimberly, thank you so much. Y'all, I don't think y'all even know how amazingly brilliant Kimberly Brecka is. Not only can she train our socks off, she creates all these beautiful flyers and these PowerPoints that get to help us with our nuggets and help you take notes so that we're all visual. And so when we can see something on the screen, that helps us so much. And so we're going to share some tools with you tonight that's working for us.
Can you
So
believe can you believe, Brenda, I left my activity log out of my car? But that's okay because I'll tell what it is. So I'm going to share my screen, and before we get started on those beautiful slides, I want to address something that Brenda said earlier. And I'm going to just show you a little trick because and actually I think Karen said it too, or I'm sorry, and maybe Eva said it, is how do we, okay, hold please, let me get all this off my screen. How do we, it's overwhelming sometimes. How do we work our business so that we are doing income producing activities, so that we are achieving something throughout the day and not just spinning our wheels? Because sometimes when there's a lot coming at us, and I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, no, it can be very overwhelming. And what that ends up doing is kind of paralyzing us. So here's one little tip. And I do this a lot because I need to stay on track. And so I just go into either Claude or I go into ChatGPT and I tell him exactly, I just use my voice text and I say exactly what I need to accomplish in a day. So here's an example. I just did this. I need a checklist for tomorrow to help me stay on task. I have my IPA call at 10 and I'm going to walk at the same time. I need to spend 1 hour doing follow-ups, 30 minutes working groups. I have to work the polls here in town from 1 to 5, and I need to work on my workbook for 1 hour. If I start at 8 a.m., what will this look like? It literally gave me a checklist with little boxes. And so it was perfect. I will print this out or I will just have this on my phone and I will follow it and I will set timers so that I do the things that I need to do. Look how kind. He even gave me a lunch break. But I just, it's hard sometimes to stay on task, to know what the tasks are, and to get them done, right? Brenda and I were talking about this earlier, right, Brenda?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, now to our slides. Let's start our presentation. I just wanted to throw that little tidbit in there. And again, I can't share for whatever reason because as much as I love technology, sometimes it does not love me. So our system of growth, is powerful and it works all the time, but that's passive recruiting for the most part. We are going to talk a little bit tonight about things that we need to do to move into that active recruiting mode. So we need to find people, we need to create conversations, and we need a prospecting tracker, because if you don't write it down, Brenda, what you're saying about your memory?
Don't trust your future to your memory.
Exactly. So, our objective for today is know exactly what you're going to do every day. And that's why I started with just that little to do checklist from ChatGPT. Know what you're going to do today. Because if you just sit down, you, you might do the laundry. You might end up scrolling on social media instead of doing what we're supposed to be doing. Okay. And you're going to want to have a growing prospect list. You're going to understand that recruiting is a process, right? We're building relationships. Sometimes they're not relationships that end up being, I was following my hand there. Did you see that? That end up being fruitful for our business, but they might be fruitful in other ways. And then you're going to leave here with a daily recruiting plan. Brenda, anything you want to add there? I'm just going to fly through these slides.
Kimberly, can I get you to go in? For some reason, I'm not able to do this and make John Oakey co-host, please.
Let me stop sharing. Uno momento, por favor.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Sorry, guys. And I can't see anything when I share my screen. So
Right.
find my friend. Thank you all for, oh, wrong one. Here we go.
Y'all got to give us some grace.
I appreciate it. I need it every day. Where's my search bar? John's first. Yep, there we go. Here we go.
Just so you know, I tried to find you before we started.
Make a co-host. Confirm. There we go. Thank you,
Thank
friends.
you. Yes.
Absolutely. Let me close this out. And let me go back to sharing. Brenda, just interrupt me if I just get on a roll and don't stop talking, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if I gave you 500 qualified people to talk to today, how many of you think your business would grow? Probably a lot. Put a 5 in the chat if you think it might grow a little bit. Problem isn't that people don't want your business. The problem is, and I don't agree with the statement that's below it. The problem is you're not going to the right place to find the people. That's the problem. You're always meeting new people. Might be in the grocery store, might be at the restaurant, Christy Oakey. It might be Summer Simons is queen of that one. You're always building relationships. And recruiting is just simply inviting people to see a solution for whatever that is. So it says mindset shift. I say more it's a numbers game. And you know I'm a numbers girl. So if you were to, everything is a funnel and it's just a numbers game. So if you were to talk to 100 people, not all 100 people are going to join you or buy your drops. Not going to happen. But it's going to result in about 40 conversations. And that'll result in about 20 people showing some interest. And that'll result in about 10 people wanting a little bit more. 5 people will listen to your presentation. 2 might become customers and 1 your brand partner. It's kind of the known percentage for these. So just think about that. Think about, have you talked to 100 people this week? If you want a new brand partner every single week, or you want 2 in a month, how many people are you going to have to talk to? Look at that 100 to get 1. You want 2, you got to talk to at least 200, if not more, in the month. It's just a numbers game. Yes, ma'am.
And you know, Kimberly, this right here is such a visual for helping us get over how many we think we talked to versus how many we actually did. And just like we talked about last week, that deck of cards, we all know there's 52 cards in that deck. There are only 4 aces. So when we look at that and then we look at this, it is really a law of numbers. It really, really is. And if you're a praying mama like I am, I'm praying people in that I know God would want me to be assigned to or them assigned to me. But we have to do the work. And so just like I'm going to take you back to what our very first conversation was here. Why are you here? What do you want? Because that right there will drive this funnel right here. Your why, oh my goodness, your why will produce the how. But this right here is the ultimate, that's what drives this right here. And so you got to go back and don't forget that why. You need to put it on a sticky note on your wall or put it on your forehead.
I like the forehead thing. Um, so don't give up after talking to five people. It's just a numbers game.
Mhm.
And don't be, I don't know if this is in a later slide, I'm just going to say it here. Don't be offended or take it personally when somebody says no. Always refer back. This is what's always in my head. It's like your server asking if you want dessert. It's like your server asking if you want your coffee cup filled. They are not emotionally invested in the yes or no. They're offering, you say no, they move on. That's how we have to be. We have to not be emotionally invested and take those no's personally. It might not even be no, it might be not right now, right? So it's
Right.
just a numbers game.
Yeah, and I want to put this plug in, and many of you heard me say this on the IPA. This is my belief. It's really not that important that people believe what I say, but it is very important that I don't believe what they say. I know where I am. I know what I have my hands on. I know I have a solution for people. And that just says if somebody says no to me, for me, that's just a not right now. I'm not quite ready. Let me think about it. Call me back later. Because we all have seasons of life. And every couple of weeks, I get a person that said, "Oh, yeah, I remember 2 years ago. Okay, now I'm ready." So
Yeah,
don't forget about that.
that's exactly right. Um, Brenda, would you do me a favor? Would you type this in the chat because I don't have my activity log. When you are looking at this recruiting funnel, and we'll talk about this activity log a little bit later, you have got to keep track of who you talk to. If you are treating this like a business, if you want to make a living, you have got to know who you talk to. And relying on your messenger is not a good idea because guess what? Good can go away overnight. So make sure you're getting their phone numbers, but also make sure you're tracking who you've talked to, who's buying drops, who's your brand partner, who's shown interest. And I actually, I'm an old gal, so I use a lot of paper and pencil. I am all about technology. I cannot force myself to constantly update an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Doc. I just can't. So I use the one I ordered from Amazon. It's the Adams S is in Sam 1185. It is an actual activity log, date, time, name. I'm looking at it, phone number, and I make notes on it. What did I find? Where did I find them? That's kind of one of the notes that did I find them on Facebook? Did I find them at the grocery store? Did I make notes? And then follow up. Have I followed up? Did they want drops? Did they want the business? I make notes on that. And then I can go back and follow up with that as well. So that is Adams S1185.
And
All right.
thank you, Danielle, for the reminder over there. Danielle Parson just put
Yep.
this in the chat. And Danielle has a follow-up system. I mean, a tracker that she uses too. And if you're on her team or you know about her tracker, hers is amazing. Do what works for you. But
Yeah.
one of the things that helped me get to Epic Diamond in 10 days was I went back to my messenger. And every person that commented 2 years ago that never moved forward, I reached out with a personal invitation and I got them in 10 days because people are looking, but timing, there we go with the timing with people.
Yes.
So do what works for you. We're just giving you ideas. Maybe we're jogging your memory that will help you go, oh, yeah, that's for me. So that's why we're giving you this information.
Yes.
And I sent voice messages.
Yes. So they can hear the
People
excitement in
want
your
to
voice.
hear your voice. They want to hear you're real. They can tell you're genuine when you send a message. Everything changes with that voice message. I'm so glad we have technology now.
I know, I know. So, okay. So you've been posting for a while. You feel like you're warm market. Wah, wah, wah. Where do we find new people? You guys, I threw this number at Brenda earlier. We were talking. Okay, friends and family. Yep, they've probably seen your post. You've probably been at dinner with them. Your Uncle Joe probably talked about his gout, whatever. Friends and family. That is one place. Absolutely, because we want to help them. We want to help them be healthy. Another is customers. So our previous customers. Another is social media. So I want you to think about this for a minute. Not just posting SOG. I want you to think about how many friends you have on Facebook. I think I have 3,500. I'm not maxed out. I think I have about 3,500, but I also have about 7,500 followers. That together, it's 11,000 people. 11,000 people that I could be talking to. And then look at your contact list in your phone. That's another, who knows, 500, 1,000, 2,000, depending on who you are and how many you save. And that's 13,000 people. That's not even the people who see your posts. That's not even the 1 billion people who you potentially could go to. That's the people that are following. They followed you for a reason. So, James Zhang has some really great reach out language about two followers to the people who have followed him. And then he says, thank you. And by the way, I don't know if you see what I do, but I help people with their health. Is there anything I can help you with? I mean, what, they're going to unfollow you? Okay, whatever. But that is a very large amount. Do you know how long it would take me to reach out and follow up with 11,000 people? A long time. That would keep me busy for a couple of years. So do not be afraid to thank them for following you, to reach out to old friends. And everything doesn't have to be a pitch. I think we did this in the original Road to Senior Officer, where we said for the next week, every day, pick 5 people that you have not seen, heard, talked to in a long time, and just say, how you doing?
Yeah, and you know what, Kimberly? Sometimes people, where am I going to get that? You know what? Ask God to give you some names. He'll highlight people. And it is so simple. I know, Karen, you just asked for, a cold market script. Don't make it harder than it is. We do not have to make this harder than it is. Be yourself. And one of the things that Kimberly and I wanted to say, we're giving you some stuff, but you can't be Brendan, you can't be Kimberly. You got to be yourself.
And you probably don't want to be Kimberly.
No, or Brenda. So take what we're giving you, process that, and then you filter it through you and say it like you would say it. For me, you can say something like, hey, I say I'm a nutrition coach. I work with a global virtual wellness company. Our gateway product is body balancing drops. If you could change anything about your health or finances, what would that be? You could walk up to a total stranger. Hey, have you got a minute? And ask that question. We just have to be brave enough to do it.
That's it.
It's how bad do you want it? So have you established your goal? Do you know why you want that goal? And that's the driver that will put us out there and make us do things that we wouldn't normally do.
Yeah,
so
exactly. How bad do you want it? That was a great line right there, Brenda. How bad do you want it? Yeah. One of the things, as far as scripts is concerned, one of the things that I do is I pick up my phone, I go to my notes, I hit the where you can talk text, and in my head, I pretend like I'm having a conversation with that person, either on the phone or in coffee or whatever, and I just, like I just said with the thanks, oh my gosh, thanks so much for follow. And obviously it's not going to get the tone, but thanks so much for following me. I appreciate it. That support means more to me than I can even tell you. I don't know if you saw what I do, but I'm in the health and wellness business. Is there anything that I can help you with? Or, maybe you don't want to come on with the pitch at first. So just say, where are you from? I love meeting people from all over the world. Just something like that. Save it in your notes. That you can copy and paste because now it has your voice. It doesn't have my voice. It doesn't have Brenda's voice. And not that just your voices. And I think I've said this before, we are in a huge trust deficit on social media right now. Everything that you post, people go, is that real or is that AI? Everything. By sounding more like yourself, by me sounding more like myself than sounding like Brenda, adds to that trust level. I think that's important too. So yeah, so social media, everyday life, and referrals. Brenda, how do you like referrals?
I love referrals. Do you know what that means to me when somebody referred me or them to me? I love that. People really want what we have. They really, really do. And so when I get a referral, then I'm going to make it worthwhile for that other people. And so sometimes people don't want to do a business. Most times people don't want to do a business until they know what it is. And so you can use the term, hey, you can just be a referral brand partner for me. You can get a great discount on the products, but if you'll just refer people to me, I'll make it worth your while. You can do whatever you want to there. But, I do that for other people that I know are in other companies. I don't want to do that, but I will refer them. And you know what? This girl sends me every once in a while, she'll send me things because she is grateful that I did that. I'm the drops girl. And so
Absolutely.
people know that. But I love it when somebody says, so and so referred you. They referred me to you.
And
And
you know how
so,
we know that referrals work? Look at TikTok Shop. Look at the Amazon store. I mean, all the people that you see on social media who are like, click this link right here for my Amazon store or my Walmart store or whatever. That's how we know referrals work because we're all clicking it. Let's move on. What else do we have here? Okay, and so you know what? That was an overview. We're just going to talk about it. Here's another thing about referrals. Think about, so you're trying to get in front of people that are not in your normal circle. Think about a host a post. I've done some trainings on that 7-day host a post. Last summer, I honestly I haven't had time this summer, but last summer I found a gal who had a great audience. And I probably sold 50 boxes of drops to her. She did not want to be a brand partner. I did put her in as a brand partner so that I could order product under her. She did not want to work the business. She had just retired. She wants to be on her farm with her people, but she sent me people like all day long for a month. And so I had 50 people in my funnel. So many were able to convert. Some just wanted to be droppers. Some have become brand partners. But think about that host to post. And that's all that is asking someone to post on their Facebook page. We have a initial post. And then I do the first 7 days, like a 7-day launch. And it turns out pretty well. Not always, probably 1 for 3, but it's worth it. So that's kind of another way you can do a referral. Uh, uh, let's jump through these, and then I see your hand raised, and then we can answer questions at the end, huh, Brenda? So yeah, social media, followers, commenters, people who like your stories. Don't forget about your stories. Stories are a great place to put all the other products that we have. And I like to do the same product for a whole week because not everybody sees your stories every day. And so if you do it for a whole week, either one person will see them all or somebody, they'll catch somebody. Facebook friends, Instagram, TikTok followers, Pinterest traffic. I firmly believe Facebook is still our biggest. It's where we sell the most because in America anyway. Your everyday, how about your hairstylist? I mean, can you imagine if you could put a little electronic photo thing that, flips through the photos? What am I trying to call it? Anyway, that has a before and after? Your stylist could probably sell quite a bit of drops. Your waitress, how about at your gym? How about at your church? The airport. I believe it's Christy who sits next to people a lot and just gets them right on board. Good job, Christy. Anyway, don't leave anything out. Think about your everyday life.
yeah, digital photo frames work great
Yes,
in a hairstylist
yep,
station
yep.
because the person sitting in the chair doesn't have anywhere to go or anything to look at
Right.
except their self in the mirror or that little digital photo that's rolling those pictures through there. I actually have a girl in Louisiana that is a hairstylist. And when she came into Partner Co., of course, she didn't know anything about it. She was just excited because had been in my previous business. And so we got to talking, and I said, you put him in the chair and put him on the phone with me. So that's literally what she did. She set him down in a chair, She put the cape on them, and she had her box of drops sitting on her station. And of course, they're going to ask, what is that? And she said, I'm glad you asked. Hold on just a second. Brenda, can you talk to Sally? She's here in my chair. And she literally put her phone on speakerphone and set the phone down while I talked to the lady. You have no idea how many people we signed up.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. If you listen to Todd or Brent or James or whoever you're listening to, if you want to work this 5 days a week, I mean, if you want to work this full time, you want to do 5 presentations a day. If you're just wanting part-time income, aim for 5 a week presentations. So get them on a Zoom. Work smarter, not harder. Get 5 people on one Zoom. There you go. Follow up again. Don't take the no personally. Add prospects to your tracker. Don't forget to write them down, because why, Brenda? What about your memory?
Don't trust your future to your memory.
I love that
Write
so much.
it down. And
Yeah.
did you know that there's something psychological when we write it? My husband and I have lists all over the house because we want to make sure that we have a ton of things going on. Our door seems like a revolving door with grandkids and this business and what we're doing right now. So we have to write things down. So I can't encourage you enough to write things down. Don't be ashamed that you got lists everywhere. We tape them to the wall, we tape them to the computer, because it's what you focus on grows. And it's just one more safety net to not forget, what you're doing. Or sometimes we'll go, oh my gosh, I forgot to call her. Well,
Yes.
I don't always put it in my phone, but when I put it on a note, and I'm disciplined enough to write it down and stick it.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that's what we do. I wanted to touch on one more thing before we move forward. I'm going to talk about family and close friends that could be family. We call them family. And you trying to share this business with them, or maybe products. People will go that they'll put their finger up like, understand the law of familiarity. Not you, it's where they are. Please understand. I cannot stress that enough. Don't take that personally. I was in this industry for a long time and I was the laughing stock. But you know what? They're not laughing now because they see what has happened with this. And so I want you to know, get that settled in your heart. Do not be moved by what your family, your mom, your dad, your grandparent, whatever, your close friends, don't be moved, but don't let somebody steal your dreams. Don't doubt in the dark what God showed you in the light. And I particularly mean that with family. They don't mean ill will. They just don't know what they don't know. And so I want you to please get that. That's a struggle with a lot of people. It was for me for a long time until I got over that. I had to learn some things. I had to get myself settled, get that settled in my heart, that what I had been given, I was not going to let anybody take that away from me. And so you just have to move on. And if it's a spouse, my favorite saying is show them the money. Go to work and show them the money.
Absolutely.
Because that'll speak volumes, like a
Absolutely.
billboard.
Absolutely.
I just didn't want to forget that. It was real heavy on me.
And you're absolutely right, Brenda. And it's the law of familiarity. You're absolutely right. I mean, people look at me, they don't see me as someone who understands health and wellness and nutrition, and they see me as someone who can teach math, And so to see me pivot and shift, absolutely. So
my journey was really strong for me because it was with my own mother. And our mamas changed our diapers. What do we know about health and wellness, right? That's how she saw me. But I learned about what the importance of our body. We only get one, and this is not a dress rehearsal. And so for me, I'm passionate about health. I want to be an advocate. I want to be an example. It's important to me that we be a product of the product. Christy Oki, I am so proud of you and John for what you guys have done. You've been such an example of what can happen with products when you just do what the system says. And so it's important that we be a product of the product. Otherwise, you're not going to have the confidence that you need to have in order to step out and share with the boldness what you've got. So that's really a big thing for me. And just knowing that our health is important. And right now we're hearing some staggering things about people that are just dying, and you just go, what happened? And so for me, I'm building my vitamins, my supplements, and I mean quality supplements, are my insurance, because it's a pay me now or pay me later. And if we don't invest in our health today, we will pay for it with medication later. And so there's a lot of that around us. So number one, be sensitive. Understand the law of familiarity. Don't let people take what you have found. Don't let them discourage you. Don't listen to the naysayers, and stay focused. That is one of the reasons I love this IPA that we have in the morning. And I know you're all on it. I'm preaching to the choir here, but that's what keeps us in the game. That's what keeps us going, oh yeah, just keep going. Just like Dory, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yours is coming. Don't doubt in the dark what God showed you in the light.
Brenda,
Ma'am.
we have 17 days left in Epic.
So excited.
Y'all, you have 17 days left to add. Think about the things that we talked about today. Think about reach outs, setting a calendar, setting timers, going back, talking to old customers. There's a bunch of flyers on social media. You can find them if you go look for back to school specials. Doesn't mean you have to give your product away, and you don't even, a lot of people don't even put a price on it. But by bundling it, they can get a little bit of a discount, right? So think of all the things, 17 days. Think of what you need to do. So let's say you did one of those back to school bundles. Let's say it was, I don't know, I'm making things up, but let's say it's 4 products. Let's say it's about 200 PV. Guess what? That's an Epic. That's a person for Epic. Even if they Venmo you the money and then you put them in the system, because that works really well, because sometimes when you just send them that link, that doesn't work as well. They Venmo you the money, you put them in the system and have that product sent right to them. That's somebody in Epic. So 17 days, you guys. If you are not where you want to be, if you are not at Diamond, I have faith that you can do it, but you're going to have to work. You're going to have to get to work. Set those timers. What do you say to that, Brenda Carlton?
We have to step out of our comfort zone. It starts with a list. And then I love what Cindy Landis shared on the IPA this morning about the videos. Y'all, we have so many tools at our fingertips. Yeah. You don't even have to do the talking. Cindy has a 10-minute video and a 17-minute video. She's a master at this. But there's other people that have those too. So go to your Partner Co. share app. Last night on Why You Need These Drops, Michelle McKay had Haley Lee. She did a beautiful job, and she showed one little clip. Guess where it is? It's in our tools in our Partner Co. share app. Please get familiar with your tools. Know where those are. You don't even have to do the talking. You could simply invite somebody to just watch this little video. Then you circle back around and say, I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Could this be a solution for you? These are simple questions. And then you just wait for them to answer. And so I am excited because right now, with the Vital One coming out, it is a great reason to call people. people that are in my tree. I have a lot of red apples in my tree. Anybody else got any lot of red apples in your tree? Yeah. You remember when we had the free sign up and all these people signed up and nobody ordered anything? Am I the only one that has that? Okay. I'm going to call those people and I'm going to say, you got a membership for a reason. Do you even have any idea what this could be for you? And I'm going to tell them about the Miracle Tree. I'm going to tell about Partner Co's Vital One and what it could possibly be for them. What it could possibly be for them. I'm going to plant a seed. And so for you, and what Kimberly just mentioned about Epic Club, we have the Vital Shred Pack. It's a 200 PV pack. It's a great way to get somebody started. So my whole message is use the tools that Partner Co has provided for us. But if you don't open it up and you don't take action on them, you're not going to make it. And so I want to challenge you because my goal was 100 diamonds. We're at 81. 81. I think we can do it.
100? Is that what we're going for?
We need everybody. I'm going for 100. James Zhang and I, we're going for 100. We want 100 epic diamonds.
I think we
can do it. But we just have to do the work because, like I've said before, God's not going to drop it in a big, pretty basket with a bow on your front porch. You're going to have to go for
it. That would be so much easier, wouldn't it, Brenda?
It would, except for it doesn't work that way, Kimberly.
I know. And you guys know, you've probably heard me say before, the hardest thing for me, believe it or not, because I'm a little chatty. However, the hardest thing for me is to pick up this phone, put it to my ear, and call someone. Why is that hard? I don't know why. But
it only weighs 50 pounds in your mind.
Yes, exactly. Couple things that were in the chat. Yeah, that whole pyramid thing. You're not going to change people's minds, quite frankly. But I always say, I don't know if you've been in the military. Kind of runs like that. I don't know if you've ever worked in the corporate world. Kind of runs like that. And as far as being a scheme, as the IRS, they take my taxes. So there's that. So, but again, you're not going to change people's minds. So
no, that was one of the hurdles that I had to get past back in the day. I'm talking 20, 24 years ago, because back then we had Amway and everybody associated the word pyramid to Amway. So today that does not even prick me because I can look at a person and say, tell me about a pyramid. Tell me what you know about a pyramid, and then wait. And let them try to explain what a pyramid. So that does not affect me at all when somebody says, it's one of those deals. Well, I don't know. What are you talking about? Tell me what you know about one of those deals. What does that mean? Well, is it multi-level? Well, I don't know. Tell me what you know about multi-level. What does that mean? Get them to, and you can totally dismantle that mindset.
I like the questions. I like that.
Help people, but don't let it knock you off course. Remember, it's not important that they remember what they know what you say, but it's very important you don't believe what they say. By the way, pyramids are illegal, and there's really even no such thing. Just so that you know that, and all you have to do is go to Tim Sales and listen to him break all that down.
That's right.
That's right. Saying that Tim Sales can give you the honest truth and the facts about what happened, but there's no such thing as a pyramid. They're illegal in the United States.
That's right.
And so don't get knocked off by that. Turn around and ask the question. When we ask good questions, we get good answers. And so
that's right. Cindy had a question back in here, and I was trying to find it. Shoot, I can't find it now. Cindy M, if you want to ask that question, go ahead and unmute. Do we have any questions? Can we take questions, Brenda?
I would love that. Raise your hand so that we don't have
Hi everyone.
We would love to hear your question.
Yes. I saw a reference to this. I'm sorry. I saw a reference to this, going back to school bundle, but I missed what it was, and I didn't know if anybody knew it.
You know what I would do? I would go in the back office and find a bundle that's already bundled.
Okay.
That's what we did. And then we just made some graphics like on Chat GPT with it. That's
Okay.
And we didn't put any dollar signs on, I mean, any pricing on it. We just said content, message me for pricing.
Okay. I didn't know if there was one already created that everybody's talking about. I just heard it referenced, so I didn't know if there was a real pack that was put together called that, you know.
There's several out there that I've seen. So go through like Partner Code Nation or Level Up Life, and I'll bet you'll see some on there.
Okay. Level Up Life. You mean with Todd's channel or
Scott's channel? Yeah. People were sharing them earlier.
That's a
Okay.
Level Up Life Facebook page.
Facebook, yes,
page.
not
Oh,
not
okay.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Look
Level
on
Up
different
Life Facebook page.
Yeah,
Yes.
look on different people's Facebook pages. They're all out there, and just pick one off that fits you, copy, paste it, and post it as yours.
Yeah.
I did that
Okay.
today with Susan Martinez. I saw her post and I was like, oh, that's a good one. I'm going to get that one. And so that's what we do. We get to borrow, right? Okay.
That's right.
Miss Benisa, can you unmute, hon?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, so I have a question about when we were talking about having referrals, say the special. So we got the BP. Well, okay. You have a person that got in on the special, so they saved, and they did the initial pack, but if they don't want to work the business,
Yeah.
how do you, I guess, keep them, like some don't keep their subscriptions. Like I even had my son do it, but he initially didn't want the subscription right now. But if you have people send you referrals, do you take orders and place them under your people who are BPs or no, not? Like
Chrissy Oki.
the ones you know that don't want to work the business yet, but they just want to be a client, I guess, but they're listed, they signed up as a BP.
Right. Yeah. A wholesale brand partner. Yeah.
Yes, wholesale brand. So because
I
they'll
know.
get 15%, even if they don't, they just won't get commissions. Right. I get kind of confused. I just didn't know if you were actually helping to put orders under that person, even if they're not a business person.
Depends on a lot of things. Are they in their first 28 days? Are they in their first 4 Fridays? Because
okay.
then you get 30% commission. So rather than you ordering it yourself and giving it to them, you could give that brand partner, that new brand partner that's not working the business, credit, and then you get new volume bonus.
Okay.
So it depends on where they're at in this,
Mm-hmm. In the cycle.
in the cycle. Depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Okay.
If you're trying to reach Epic Diamond and you have someone Venmo you money, you probably want to have that person become a brand partner.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Did that answer your question at all?
Yes, it did. It did. And I guess my other part of that is just having the person, if they don't have a subscription, but they're still listed as a brand partner and they still want to just make their normal orders, I guess it won't hurt anything, right? It's just, they're just not going to grow, but they'll still at least get 15% because if they're not ultimate. They're not ultimate. So,
well, it depends. If it's the first 28 days, they'll get their discount, but they won't get their discount without a subscription after that 28 days. You have to have a subscription in place to get the discount.
Okay. Thank you. That answers the question.
Yes.
Okay.
And it also, just remember, it can be anything. So on a subscription, they need to order just something, right? They can order a probiotic. They can order a shake, just something to continue to get the 30% discount. If they want to make a commission, then it has to be the 100 points. So if they want to keep getting a discount, have them just order something.
That's so good, John. Thank you for saying that. And y'all, I don't know who's new, but this whole industry, our company, it's a whole lot of people taking a little bit of product with a few business builders sprinkled in. And our goal would be to find the business builders. Our goal would be to get people to Ultimate, but not everybody wants to do that. I never push people. I lead, but sometimes you've got to lead them by saying, okay, here's what we do next. And all that comes back around to what do they need and what do they want. Their needs will always be first because we're here to serve people. We serve them with our products. We lead them by okay, here's what we do next to meet that goal. And that's all we do is give the information. My job when I get done with a Zoom is to have given enough information for a person to make an educated decision as to whether this is for them or not. Many, many times, Vanessa, somebody starts with, they want a discount. That means they're going to be a VP. That means they're going to get started on products. There's a journey and a process. I say embrace the process. Get on that journey with people. Lead them along, because I love the coaching part. That's my heart, because if I can get you results, you'll go shout it to the world. Like Danielle says, get loud. When you get the results that we're talking about, you can't stop a person from just shouting that. That's what we want. And then they're going to be doing a business whether they want it or not. And so a lot of people are turned off by the word business, but they'll share. We all share. We're all salesmen. We sell a restaurant. We sell a movie. You've all heard that before. We sell something that works for us. Look at Amazon. Amazon's so successful because Kimberly told me about the book and I went and ordered the book. Do you see what we do? But we have to open our mouth, because there's not many mind readers out there. So
Wouldn't that be scary? Yes, ma'am. What's your next question? Oh, you got to unmute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. I know we're in other countries and you talk about just sharing. So my physical therapist just said, I'm introducing. She says, oh yeah, I have a cousin that wants to do, needs to find an online business or whatever. And her cousin lives in Holland. No, Poland. Is it Holland? I think it was Holland. I don't know if we're in Holland yet, but I was like, me, she's like, oh, I'll have to tell them about you. I'll have to just tell them about you. I said, well, let's talk so I can make sure she knows. And cause she'll do it too. She was like, why not? But
do you know how to know if we're in Holland or Poland or wherever? Do you know how?
I need to look on the Share app.
No, go to your back office.
Okay.
And when you look on the menu of the main page,
Okay.
it has the different countries. I can't remember what it says. Like choose your
flag. It's your flag. Click on the flag.
The flag's changed now. It's in the
back office.
Yes, it says
we're in Holland. We're in Holland. So.
And we're in Poland. So you're covered.
And we're in Poland. There we go. There we go. But yes, go in your back office. It lists all the countries that we're in.
Okay.
By continent. You can just go through and look. And side note, some of them are tricky because, so I have 2 brand partners in Finland, but the only thing we have in Finland is Noni. However, they can order. So I had to this took a long time to figure out. And I'm just going to say this, don't go pursue anybody like this, but I had to go into the United States flags and hit NFR for Europe, basically, is what it was. Because that's where they can buy their drops.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
So every country
is different. And if you get a country that you don't know, that's not United States, get with your upline, get with a leader, and they can help walk you through it. Because some of them are tricky.
Okay.
That's kind of my whole point. But some of them are a little tricky.
Whose team are you on, Vanessa?
And Wandition.
Oh, yeah.
Girl.
Oh, what a horrible team to be on. Those people don't do anything. Worst leaders ever.
Make the call. She'll help you.
You are in outstanding hands. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Top people in the world right now. Jeez.
I know.
Yes.
Huge blessing. Okay. I'll reach out to her.
Yeah.
Great
Absolutely.
questions. Does anybody else have questions? Vanessa, thank you so much for that. That's amazing.
Yes.
And welcome to Partner Co. I heard you say you're new.
I just had that last question about Tim Sales, the video about the MLM. Is he describing like a good response to that? Is that what that video is about?
Well, he just explains that, how that happened, and then you could say it however you want to, but he breaks it totally down about what the government did when there was a lawsuit with Amway, and that was a word they came up with. But Tim does a beautiful job at explaining that, and his is validated. So that the sad part about the whole thing there with the Amway was that the government actually lost that suit, but that never got talked about.
Right.
So it got hung as a pyramid. So
I imagine that's on his YouTube channel somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, just go to Tim Sales. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Miss Courtney.
Courtney.
Sorry.
Yeah, there she is.
I just want to say, this isn't a question. You are so right, because I think this is kind of universal. We do just kind of spin sometimes, and just like, where should we go? When should we start? And even if you have a tracker, I don't know where to start on my tracker. And I love that y'all are doing this for us, because it makes it, not only does it make it user friendly, but it helps us to train our team to do the same thing and gives us tools to do that. So I appreciate it so much. Just love y'all.
Thank you for saying that, because I'm gonna go ahead and be transparent, because there's no perfection. We all have times that we struggle. I'm just gonna say that. And a few weeks ago, I had an issue, something that had happened, and all of a sudden, I began to doubt what I had done. I doubted how I started a person on product. That was what it was. And so all of a sudden, I felt myself just shut down. And so I began to doubt, oh my gosh, should I have done this? And I got all tangled. This was just 2 weeks ago. And do you know what I did? I felt myself slipping. And I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. I know how to do this. And I reached out to Brent Palmer and I said, I need to talk to you. I said, help me out of the hole. Because I just got tangled in one area that brought in doubt, and I doubted how I had done it. Now, as it turned out, I did the right thing, but there was that doubt. So it'll hit you by surprise when you least expect. So here's my reason for saying that. You all have an upline. You all have a friend. Don't hesitate to reach out to somebody and say, help me. I think I just fell into a hole, or I'm in a spider web and I just need to get out. Yeah. And so we need somebody to help us get it straight so that we can move on and we don't go down a hole.
Yeah.
So thank you, Courtney, for saying that.
Yeah.
I hope that was for somebody on this call.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's products. Am I using the right products? Sometimes it's our own health. Sometimes it's our own business. Sometimes, there's just so much.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on.
Yeah. And there's so many different avenues. There's so many different ways. First of all, who are you? Who is your client? Who are your people? Who is your team? Because we're all different. And, I got to admit, during that time, I heard Christy Oakey saying, get them on a subscription, get them 2 products and get them on a subscription. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I mess up? And all of a sudden doubt came in, and I felt myself in a web. And I was struggling getting out. It was hours and hours. And I was like, I can't stay here. And I had sense enough to reach out. Now, Brent Palmer's a pretty busy guy. But you know what? He said, call me, Brenda. I'm in your hip pocket. And I did. And he picked up and answered. We talked through it. He even called me 2 more times that day just to make sure that I was okay.
Right.
My reason for saying that is it happens to all of us. Miss Vicki.
Sorry, had to get off mute. So to follow up with what you're saying, Brenda, and what Courtney was saying is we've been doing a Saturday. We're doing a power hour, an hour until Epic is through, and I think we'll probably continue on anyway. But here's the thing: I made 12 phone calls in that hour. I was able to set up one-on-one, which I had today, and unfortunately, she was more about her than she was. I didn't even get a chance to really tell her anything about my product, which is fine. And then another lady said, well, just send me some information. And all I heard was negativity. Well, I can't do it this way because I've got this and I've got that and I'm like, let me just send you some information. So I'm going to send her I have sent her some information. My point here is that you said, we get in those funks. We get in those positions where we're like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I, and you get to the point to where you just kind of you go inside yourself. And that's kind of where I've been the last couple of days. I so needed this call. Thank you guys so much because I'm on fire now. It's like, hey, I'm all about it.
That's
Yeah.
right. And that,
Yes.
Vicki, is exactly why I say it's really not that important people believe what you say, but it's very important that we don't believe what they say.
Right.
Because we all, you've all heard this, and if you haven't, I'm going to say it for you. One of the greatest things about this business is the people.
Yes.
One of the most difficult things about this business is the people. And so we are in the people business. God love them all. Bless their hearts. But we have to meet people where they are, but we have to make sure that we don't get into the weeds where they are. So stay upright.
Yep.
Know what you got your hands on.
Yep.
Don't doubt in the dark what God showed you in the light. And just keep on keeping on.
Thank you,
Good.
Brenda. I
Thank
appreciate you and
Thank you,
Kimberly
Vicki.
so much. And everybody else. I mean, you guys have all just had an effect on my life, and I just appreciate all of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. Does anybody
a
have anything?
question in
John,
the-
Christy,
We
we
have a
love you so
question
much. We're
in
so
the chat. Yes, we do. We have a question in chat. Are Super
Okay.
Saturdays good to send someone to who is not sure if they can do this as a business? Christy, do you want to, not Christy Oki, Christy, where'd it go? Christy Aiken, do you want to unmute and ask us this question, or you want me to just keep reading?
Either way, I just have a friend who has sold different things before, and she wasn't very good. She's not real outgoing, she's kind of shy, but I keep telling her I think she'd be great, and how it's so easy to follow the system. But anyway, there's a Super Saturday near her in Sioux City, and so I was saying, well, maybe you should just go to this and get some training so you can see how it works and be around others. Would that be a good place to send her, or is it better to get a 3-way call?
Oh,
Well,
I say put her in the room. If you can get her in the room, what do
Absolutely.
you say, Kimberly?
Absolutely. Yes. And you've obviously had conversation with her. So she's not going in blind. The first, usually, depending on what Super Saturday it is and who's running it, although we are becoming more streamlined, but the first part of it is usually some type of opportunity. And then they talk about the business, different aspects of it. And so, yeah, absolutely. Get her in the room.
Great.
And you know what? I can't sell anything. I've never sold anything before. That's not, I'm not even kidding. That's not who I am. I'm a math teacher. I'm a mom. I'm a soccer mom. I'm all that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing okay. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Eva. Is it Eva or Eva?
It's Eva.
Eva. Okay.
Yes. So I just wanted to piggyback on the other ladies talking about, these calls, and I look so forward. So yesterday I had a drop talk that was scheduled. I was so excited because I have another one coming up, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to help me. Well, it was a total flop because when I got there, I was so prepared. The lady couldn't chat. They got really busy. It was actually in where they donate blood. The woman, I had invited her to the one that's coming up on Sunday. Oh my God, come on Monday. We're going to sit down. We'll chat. It turned out she was so busy. She couldn't give me 2 minutes of her time, which was fine. So I was a little bit discouraged. I'm like, oh my God, my event, and I have an event on Sunday I've been sharing on the IPA, and I was so excited, and I got so down that I'm like, okay, should I just cancel it? It's probably not going to happen. And, you get into those doubts that you're not going to make it work. I'm new in the area. I don't know anyone here. And I met up with an HRT a nurse practitioner who's doing this for me. So it's the perfect place to meet women and, men. There's men and women that are going to be coming. Long story short, this call has put a fire in me. I'm more excited than ever. I have my presentation here and I'm ready to go. I'm going to go diamond. So this is going to be something I'll share next week, hopefully on IPA. But I just want to say thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Eva, thank you so much. And just before I forget, y'all, I've been diligently working on trying to get the recordings over onto my YouTube channel, and twice I posted week 2. I got week 1 on there with Sarah Weaver's help, but week 2 got posted, and twice they took it down. They removed it. So I've got to figure out what's going on there, but that's where I'm going to be trying. And I'm also going to try to post them over in the Skinny Drop Squad Facebook page. And so if you're not a member of that, that's my channel. It's an old one, but I'm going to try to get it over there as best as I can so that everybody, and of course, those of you that reach out to me in Messenger, I can send it to you in a heartbeat. I don't mind doing that. And so just know that the recordings are there. It's just that I'm having trouble getting them into like one place, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Tressa, you had your hand up one time. Did you have something to say? Tressa, you raised your hand. You have to unmute.
You're muted.
Okay.
Okay. I think I signed somebody up today. I don't know if I did it right, but
Tressa, you
and then,
did.
yeah.
You did, and I placed her for you.
Oh, good. And then I'm going to a wellness clinic that's in Gulf Shores tomorrow. So I don't know what to say to them because I don't think they have any of our product, and they call themselves a wellness store.
Okay.
But
Tressa, call me. We will talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
Brenda's a girl, you know that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Call me. All right.
You know, as we wrap up, thank you all.
Yeah, and then I invited another friend of ours to go to that.
Okay.
Hey, Tressa, just a reminder.
Yeah.
Brenda sponsored you, right? So you've got direct access to her, so you can just reach out to her and ask her these questions on your time, not on this right now. But yeah, so remember, you're lucky. You got Brenda Carlton as your direct sponsor, so reach out and talk to her anytime you need to, okay? And she'll help you out.
So lucky. Nice. So as we wrap up, Eva, if this makes you feel any better, if I ask everybody here, how many had a drop talk that nobody showed up to, I'm going to guess 90% are going to raise their hands. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so don't be discouraged. Keep working, keep moving forward, keep taking steps. That's what it is. Step in front of step, in front of step, in front of step. You got this, girl.
And Kimberly, can I just say on that point is you use that time, you practice, you do the presentation anyway, practice.
Right.
And that thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
yes.
We drove 3 hours one time, and the person that was hosting the mixer did not show up.
It happens. So
it happens.
Let's keep moving forward, guys. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We will have this recording as soon as we can up on Brenda's YouTube page, and appreciate
Skinny Drop Squad. Yeah.
And the Facebook page, Skinny Drop Squad, and her YouTube channel. There we go. Awesome.
Thank
all right,
you
guys.
Thank you
Love
so
you all.
much.
Thank you.
Love you
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.